Hey, NoelleTheFirst here. So in this video, I'm going to talk about 3 things I would have done differently for my wedding. So if that interests you, stay tuned. So I got married in November of 2018, and I knew I did not want to have a very traditional wedding. I knew that I didn't want to do all of the standard things that people do for weddings. I wasn't wearing white. I didn't want to have a wedding party, but hindsight is 2020. And now looking back, there are some things I would have done differently. So number 1, we did not have paper invitations. We had digital invites only. For the most part, that worked out great. However, there were a few older relatives that got confused about the times and the dates. And I think it would have been helpful for them to have a printout, to have a physical invite that they could have posted on their calendar and just sort of had in their purse. And so I don't necessarily think that you need to do traditional paper invites, but if you're in a similar boat to what I was, you might consider doing a special batch of physical invites for some of your older guests because they are used to that. And they don't have necessarily the accessibility that we're so used to with our phones. So that is just something to think about. Number 2, I chose to not have a specific dress code. My thought was I wanted everybody to feel comfortable wearing whatever made them feel their best. So what I said on the invite was the dress code was red carpet, Met Gala, or jeans and cowboy boots. I thought that would encourage people to wear whatever the hell they wanted. Unfortunately, what actually happened was a few friends came up to me in the weeks before with a lot of confusion about what they were going to wear. And instead of making people feel comfortable, that dress code, I think, confused people and made them feel uncertain. Because at the end of the day, a dress code helps people to know what the rules are, and it helps them feel secure that they're not going to be the only one in a crazy gown or the only one wearing jeans and cowboy boots. And for many people, they just want to not necessarily stand out. They're going to a wedding. I'm the bride. We're supposed to, me and my husband are supposed to be the center of attention, and people don't want to stand out. So don't be afraid to give them a specific dress code. I think it makes people feel more comfortable at the end of the day. Number 3, I don't know if I could do it over. I don't know that I would have my wedding on a Sunday night. Now, I work for myself, and so the idea of doing something on a Sunday night is not that big of a deal. But understandably, most people work on a Monday, and yes, if you have a wedding on a Sunday night, people are still planning to go to work on Monday. And so it kind of takes away a little bit of the party vibe. So what I would recommend is, if that is your plan, if you definitely want to have a wedding on a Sunday, make it a little earlier in the day. We didn't start until 6. So this was November. It was already getting dark. I think that I would have made it at 4 o'clock just so there was more time, because people did wind up leaving around 10 or 10:30. And so just that is something to consider. I'd say that maybe a Friday night might be a better choice, if it's cheaper to do a Friday or a Sunday versus a Saturday. But I think in the end, we probably wound up spending what we would have spent had we had it on a Saturday anyway. I'd have to look at the numbers, but so it is something to consider. So if it is going to be a Sunday, maybe just expect it to end a little bit earlier. So start it, a little bit earlier, or maybe have it be more of a daytime type of wedding. I still had a great time. It was, an amazing event. There were so many things that we sort of pulled off that we weren't sure about, like the flowers. My friend helped me, and we made all of those flower arrangements on our own, and I was really happy about those. And the event of making the flowers was actually really fun. I don't know that it would be for everyone. You definitely need to practice and know what you're doing because it's a lot of work. And my friend used to work with a florist, so I had somebody who really knew what she was doing. Other things, my mother-in-law made the cake. and it was really unique and special, and I gave her a very specific design. A friend of mine formed the figurines, and then I dressed them to look like us, and that was really personalized and fun and special. So I'll include a picture of that. But if you're getting married, or if you did get married, I would love to hear what you would have done differently, or I would love to hear any questions you have if you're considering certain things and you're not quite sure, especially if you are going the non-traditional route like we did. So comment below and tell me what you think. But if you like this video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give it a thumbs up. Thanks so much.